We are in Nice, France, and it is the day before Ironman World Champs race day. Now, the plan for today, pre-race, we are gonna go do a quick little swim, bike, run, for like 10 minutes each. I don't always swim, bike, and run the day before the race. I actually don't think I've ever done that before, but I wanna get my second swim touch of the week so that I can keep up all the way through this build of my 3 swims per week. Race day will be the 3rd swim. My bike, I got my bike worked on by a local mechanic at the end of my tune-up ride yesterday. And so I wanna just have like 10 minutes today where I can ride it a little bit more fully dialed for how it'll ride in the race. And then I just wanna get a quick little run touch. Gonna check out a little cafe, grab some breakfast, and then we will be back here at the Airbnb to relax, keep eating, and just chill. Spot 1222. This has got to be the most beautiful transition of all time. Let's go. I just got to show you this view. This is where we have been staying for the past couple days. Perks of making it a full family trip. We got, of course, Chelsea and Jack here, and then we got Chelsea's mom, Chelsea's stepdad, Julian. We got both my parents. My sister and Laith are coming in this evening, and so we've got a really, really solid spot. Got to fit a lot of people, and we have just been blessed to have this full villa vibe here in Nice. Now, my expectations for tomorrow. I am open to the idea that this actually might be the most amount of time that I spend out on an Ironman course in any of the Ironmans I've ever done. It is looking like it's gonna be my first ever Ironman with no wetsuit in the swim. And so any of my time expectations are kind of out the window. I have never done a bike with the amount of elevation that this monster course has. I have never even ridden a course like this bike course. Most of the Ironmans that I've done, the bike has mostly been on like open highways or like really big access roads. And this is like these tiny little Tour de France roads going through the mountains here in France. And so I am just super stoked to soak all that up and give it freaking hell. I do have goals to go sub 3:30 for the first time in the marathon, but battling through the swim and the bike, we will see how I feel on the run. My slowest Ironman so far is 11:15, and this race might take me longer than that. I am okay with that. This is a hard course. I have never done anything like this, and I am excited to take on something new and something big and something that's gonna challenge me in ways that I have not been challenged before. Now, if you are in a race prep yourself, you're doing your first Ironman, your first 70.3, here's a tip for you. I have found a ton of value in bringing to life something creative that encapsulates how I'm feeling about the experience. Sometimes this could be like a write-up, sometimes I could do a video, something to stamp this moment in time and document it so that I'm not just rolling through all the hustle and bustle that is tomorrow, and I've got something to reflect and look back on. And in the spirit of that, I have put together a Substack. If you follow me on Substack, you got the email already. If you do not follow me on Substack, you can go check out my Substack. It's called The Tribal Way. And what I put together was a list of 7 things that I have learned in this process of accomplishing a 5-year goal. And these, to me, are the most important things to put inside of your process no matter what your goal is. So when I landed back in Denver after my flight back from Indy, Prairie on Fire, I get a phone call and it's my pastor giving me a call. And my first thought is like, is he meaning to call me? So I answer, I'm like, hey Philip, what's up? And he's like, hey man, like, I want to see if I can come over to your house and pray over you before you take off for your race. I've done 5 Ironmans now. Like, that has never happened. And so the day that we were taking off, my pastor Philip, he came over and he read Joshua 1:5-9 over me and prayed over me before we left. And that to me was like a solidification of the man that I've become through this endurance journey, but specifically through this journey building towards this race and this build, and communicating with Philip over the opportunities that I've had to grow in faith through my grandfather's passing, and him being a really important anchor for me over this past year as I've gotten more involved with the church, and to see it like play out like that, and to just have somebody in my life who's such a strong man of faith and such a man that I respect and who sees a lot in me and wants to encourage me and pray over me, like, damn man, like, that is really what it's all about. And so with that, you can go check out the Substack. I got a picture of Philip and I here. It's 8:01 and it's about time to be heading to bed. And so I will see you on the other side. Ironman World Champs tomorrow. Let's have fun. Let's send it. Let's give it hell. And let's enjoy the experience. Peace.